talk to you guys today about the Embody chart that comes with the Embody collection of pigments created by Sculpted with Perma Blend in collaboration. Inside your pigment sets, you are going to receive this chart. When you open up the chart, you're going to see three panels: the left, the central, and the right panel. On the left panel, all of the instructions are listed on how to use the chart itself. We have step 1, step 2, and step 3. Up at the top of the chart on the left side, you've got the snapshot of what you will need to include in order to be working on your clients with these pigments. The base mix plus the value modifier plus the dilution will equal your completed color mix for your client. So let's do one together. Here, I have my neutralization client. My step 1 is to identify her color here in the central panel of the chart. As I bring my client past the chart, I can start to see where she would fit and where she wouldn't. And I'm going to try and find the color that matches her the closest. Here, I can see that her color matches the closest to my violet red undertone. The undertones are listed on the bottom of the top row and on the top of the bottom row. From here, since we've identified her as violet red, I also notice that she is in the darkest of the internal sections. This means she has the highest level of saturation and the lowest level of value, or the darkest value. I'm going to take that information and start to build my pigment mix based on the information located in her section. I'm going to be using, as my base mix, 3:2 ratio of base 1 and base 2. And up here you can see that is even identified by drops. Since 5 drops of pigment isn't enough to be working with, I'm going to go ahead and double my recipe to 10 drops. And I'm going to be using 6 drops of base 1 and 4 drops of base 2 to create the base mix for my pigment. Because we want to be able to control how we deal with value as well as saturation to be able to customize our goals for our clients, I am going to be using an additional modifier for my value. Next to the undertone for each of the clients is listed the value modifier recommended for that section. Here, the recommended modifier is mod 2. So to my 10 drops of base mix, I am going to be adding 5 to 6 drops of mod 2, which, as you can see here, is what we want to use for anyone who has identified as a low value. Our value modifier works on a high, medium, or low, and we give you guys a range of drops that you might want to use for that particular client's value. So to my base mix of 10 drops of base 1 and base 2, I am going to be adding an additional 6 drops of modifier 2 to work with this particular client's value level. The saturation, as I also identified it as very high, I'm going to go over here once again and notice that same range exists. The chart also identifies the saturation level. We have low saturation, medium saturation, and high saturation, just like we have low value, medium value, and high value. They work opposite of one another. The saturation level, also identified here on the left panel by low, medium, and high, suggests that I only need 0 to 1 drop of adjust, or our dilution, to make sure that this pigment has the coverage capacity that it needs to be working on this particular client. Again, allowing for full customization. So this particular client's full mix is 6 drops of base 1, 4 drops of base 2, 6 drops of mod 2, and 1 drop of adjust. Every single potential client that you may have also has the ability for you to pick and choose and customize your pigments to that client's specific hue. You guys can see over here on the right side panel, we gave you guys a little bit extra and gave you steps 1, steps 2, and steps 3 for how to deal with a client returning after a single session of neutralization has been completed that could potentially need a little bit more work on their lips in order to achieve their goal. I hope that helps you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the Embody collection as much as we have enjoyed creating it and working with it every day here at Sculpted. And I'll catch you guys next time.